مش اللي مش
اوكي
عاد شلون ترجمها هذه صعبه.
شنو مش
اليلو fruit yellow.
Peaches. Okay, she found a joke.
She found a joke. Okay, great. Well,
yeah,
we'll bring her on to share the joke in a minute. Once we kind of kick things off.
Okay.
Let me just put it on Facebook really quick and text the link to my mom.
شيء أحسن.
And that way we've got
قاعدة الحين مثل يلا دعوك موجودين طول الوقت. يقول أحد يبلش كرسي من المطبخ.
لا ما بي لا.
انزين اوكي. Okay. Sorry, we're arguing about the joke.
No, I like it. So
because the joke doesn't actually translate well into
No,
English.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
So Fahad, my first question for you is what's not wrong with your life?
What's not wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I have a loving family. Kuwait is stable, thankfully, for now, at least until the oil runs out, but that's a problem for my grandchildren.
Okay.
Where did I have?
You know what? Those are both really good things.
Yeah. And our companies, the companies owned by my family, are doing fairly well.
Good.
So, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. Well,
yeah, we don't have to worry.
That's good. Well, with that, I'm gonna play the theme song.
All right.
So that we can really kick off and start this show. Ready?
All right.
Okay.
Welcome to Krista's new talk show. It's really something, don't you know? There's a friend and maybe there's a cat. Maybe they'll take some time to chat. All the fish is funny. All the fish is funny. All the fish is funny.
Are you ready for this?
So thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of My Mother Thinks I'm Funny. My guest today is the very special Fahad. Fahad is an aspiring writer, an aspiring professor, and a businessman. Thanks for being on my show today, Fahad.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I hope your mom also enjoyed the opening video.
Yeah. She definitely found it very funny, very cute.
Okay, good.
She thought you were cute in it.
Oh, thanks. So my first segment is there a cat near you? If so, please introduce us to your cat.
We do not actually have pets in the house. My mom likes pets, but from afar. She doesn't like the thought of them maybe making a mess.
Sure.
So just the idea of them is enough.
Okay. So do you have outdoor pets?
No. We have kids.
Okay. I was going to say, like, isn't it really hot out?
Well, no. Well, we have a farm, like a family-owned farm that we occasionally go to when we're bored, basically.
Okay.
We have cows and ostriches and gazelles and all manner of animals.
And
but we don't.
Is it hot? Like, wouldn't it be hot there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like the ostriches are fine with the heat?
Well, no, I mean
I don't know much about ostriches.
One of you were there in Africa. You saw ostriches.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, well, they can survive the heat. Okay. But we also give them a shelter.
Oh, so, good.
They have like but then our neighbors' dogs left their farm, and then they murdered our poor ostrich. So we had to get a new one. That was a very sad day. The poor ostrich.
Yeah, that
was a
sounds
bloody
very
day.
sad.
And yeah, it was. My mom cried over that ostrich.
I don't blame her. My mom cried over hitting a quail once with her car.
حشيت فيني انت.
Yeah, no, it was a sad because she's the one who actually proposed the idea of getting the ostrich.
And you
Yeah.
have just how many ostriches did you have and do you have?
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't been in the farm in like maybe 6 months or 7.
Oh, okay.
But I think we have like maybe 2, maybe 2,
Okay.
and only one of them died.
Oh, okay.
So we had 3, but only one of them died.
So you have 2.
Yeah, we have 2.
Okay.
I don't know if we sold one to our neighbor, but that's besides the point.
So maybe you have 1 and maybe you have 2.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
For now, maybe it's 1.
Got it. Now we've got an accurate ostrich head count. So I'm asking people about their moment, right? Like a moment of kind of like mundane realization, something that happened that made you go, huh. Do you have a moment?
In terms of like politics or economics?
No, just in anything. Like one person's moment was, I'm actually okay at chalk drawing. It can be anything. Something that you maybe noticed about yourself or someone else or whatever.
I was actually,
yeah.
Well, it wasn't today, but it was, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where I had a aha moment, and I started thinking about Kuwait's position in the post-oil global economy.
Okay.
So I basically drafted out a proposition. Of course, none of this is backed up by research or numbers. It's just a proposition that I could work on later.
Sure.
And maybe eventually propose an idea to like-minded individuals where we can eventually address it to Parliament and actually deal with Kuwait's current ailing problems.
So your moment was working on a political plan to save your country's economy?
And economic.
You were an economics major, right?
That kind of stuff.
You were am I remembering?
An economics major, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was an economics major, so I had a lot of background in economics, supply, demand, opportunity cost, all that stuff. But this is more about like the political side of that. Like my proposition would address a lot of the politics and the economics that currently ail Kuwait, because Kuwait has, because we spend so much money on education, and we have a 96 to 98% literacy rate.
بقول لك شيء.
قولي.
أنا قاعد أسولف كم ساعة.
1 minute. An interruption has occurred. قولي.
عمودة تقول عن الحالات عن الإصابات.
ما قاعد نتكلم عن كورونا.
بس لا هي هناك قاعدة تحكي.
زين احنا هذا لايف.
Is she correcting your numbers?
زين.
She's talking about corona.
كان أقول أنا أو تلقف.
أي.
كان أقول له رفيج فهد اللي بأمريكا تو قاعد يسولف معي يقول شلون الأوضاع بالكويت. عاد فهد يرد له يقول لا عندنا زين ما عندنا مشاكل ما عندنا. قال عندكم مظاهرات كذي. قال لا ما عندنا شيء عادي ما عندنا مشكلة.
صح.
فخاف يسألونك إلا عندك خبر إني أنا.
لا صح هو صح ما هذا. So
that's your mom?
Yeah, that was my mom.
Okay.
We're talking about the politics in Kuwait. Again, of course, here everyone talks about politics and economics in Kuwait.
Okay.
This is just a normal thing. This is like in America, people go and ask about your day. Here we go and ask about the economy.
That's good to have an engaged citizenry.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Because we spend so much. That's exactly what I was saying. Because we spend so much time on education and so much money, a lot of people go out and study medicine or business or engineering, being the three major disciplines that Kuwaitis love to focus on. Oh, and medicine, engineering, and business. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so when they actually come back to Kuwait, they're beyond just learning their own discipline. They're also more liberally minded about politics, economics, the arts. You know. So remember the university core we had in UP?
I was only there for grad school.
Okay, never mind.
But I am familiar with like general ed core requirements because I did that for undergrad. Yeah.
So what we had was basically in Kuwait, we highly value learning about things that aren't directly in your area
in your field. Yeah. So you like a liberal arts education.
Exactly. So we can actually know, especially in general in Kuwait, the higher up you go in society, the closer to the upper class you get, the higher the demands for a more educated and liberal-minded individual. Like you're expected to know about, say, like
arts and politics and
yeah, exactly. You know, like,
music.
you have to be able to comment on art, even if you're not entirely sure, but you have to have at least an opinion. You know.
Got it.
You know, imagine a feudal society.
And so this was your political plan for Kuwait?
To pull us out of our feudal mindset and into the global world. It's a lot more detailed.
I'm sure. Like, are you going to go into politics?
No.
Okay.
But I like the resoundingness of that. But I do have plans within plans about concerning the political sphere. But here, when people say no, what they mean is that they're not going to have like a direct office in politics, but they will have at least contacts or influences within the government to actually.
Okay. So like an advisory position.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
But we don't actually like in Parliament. We don't actually have a party, like a political party.
Sure.
We don't have like Democrats or Republicans, but we still have like our ideologies and we still have influences, and it's a long, complicated game of Game of Thrones, just with more respect and etiquette than bloodbaths and murder weddings.
So, if you're voting, are you voting for people or are you voting for parties?
We're voting for people.
You're voting for people. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's different than, say like the UK.
Oh yeah. We're our political system. The political system if you can understand politics and how people here work within the political system, you can probably understand any other political system in the world.
I feel like you've said that about a lot of things, though. Like, knowing you over time, I feel like you have said that about a lot of things about Kuwait.
Well, you have to come visit. I told you this 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when we were back in Africa.
I'll come visit anytime. You send me a plane ticket. Well, my passport's expired, but I'll come visit.
Yeah, you have to come visit. You'll see Kuwait firsthand for all the politicking and
I'd love it.
Games we have. Yeah.
So, is your mom ready with a joke for us?
Yes. عندك نكتة?
Did she write it down?
عندي هذه وريها اللعبة.
She has a game instead.
A game?
Yeah, a game.
See,
she's drawing.
Okay.
Same children. I like it.
It looks very pretty. I bet my mother would like that too.
You know,
It's like a coloring app?
It's like a drawing game, like a drawing book,
Sure.
just for
Yeah.
adults.
Very nice.
Yeah, a coloring game, exactly.
Yeah. So
It's,
no joke, just a coloring
it's
book.
great for her because she has a joke.
See?
It's called شنو كانت oh yeah, she did tell me a joke. It's called مشى 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 ولقى المشمشة.
What is the translation?
So this is a play on words. It's a pun,
Mhm.
and it uses the meme sound to make all the chaos in the sentence. So misha just means walk, and mishmisha. So mish actually in an Egyptian dialect would be considered a refute of whatever comes after it.
Okay.
So it's okay, and then misha would be walking. So here the play on words is walk, 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 not walk. But when you put mish and misha together, it creates a new word, an entirely different word.
تشوف هذه؟
قاعد اشرح لها هذا النكته.
اي ما يخالف.
Wow.
خليني قاعدة أطالع.
That's very nice.
اي شافت.
قاعدة أطالع.
اي شافت خلاص كافي. انزين. Sorry. I hit her feet. That was my fault.
يلا I will go.
Yeah, okay. So yes, mishmisha, as I was saying, when you combine it together, it becomes a new word, which is speech.
Okay.
So misha means here there is a word that should be added that you're supposed to understand as you're saying it. This is what makes Arabic so hard. I can begin a sentence without actually telling you who the subject is, and you'll just understand who the subject is.
Okay.
Here it's random
It's
man.
implied.
Yeah, it's implied, exactly. So random man walks, and then finds a peach. In English, it's not as fun, but in Arabic, you can like throw it in the middle of a conversation and like throw people off, and you'll get a laugh. So
Oh, that's cute.
It's not a joke. It's more a play on words.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
That very much counts.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would.
So
But that's a lot of explaining.
Is your mom funny? Would you say your mom's funny?
With a dry sense of humor, yes.
Okay.
But she does have a few zingers occasionally. Yeah.
And does she think that you're funny?
Relies on our. Yes, she does.
She does.
So she does because at home we like to play a little game in the family where how people in America throw shade at each other.
Sure.
So here we'll throw shade at each other, and it will become like a giant battle of the shades, and whoever can like keep up their defenses and like still be like on the offense, they're the one who wins. So it's like it's a metaphorical battle.
And is she good at it? I feel like she would be good at it.
I am, but sometimes when too many people attack you at the same time, you can't really keep up. Hashtag two-way front, but whatever.
It almost sounds kind of like Shakespearean, right? Like Battle of Wits.
Yeah, exactly. It is actually a battle of wits. My brother is very fast when it comes to like throwing shade or just reading people, and he will eclipse you before you even realize it. So we actually get a lot of training, so that when we do go out to meet other people, we're not really stumbled by what they would say. This goes back to the whole politics of Kuwait.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have to be on the offense at all times in case anything comes up. You know,
Okay.
It's very fun. I'm sure if you ever visit, I'll be able to train you in the ways to read and shape people in an
Love it.
in an unoffensive and eloquent manner. The upper
Perfect.
class.
I always desire
Yeah.
to be both unoffensive and eloquent.
There you go. But it's a fun game. It is.
I believe you. It sounds great. So, Fahad, what are you working on right now that you want to talk about or promote or share?
So I'm working on a few projects that these actually do not involve politics directly, believe
That's
it or
okay.
not, as much as I talk about politics. I know, right? But they're all books. So
Okay.
they're all books
So you're
talking
writing.
about sci-fi and fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, exactly, it's writing. But they're much. So when I first started, I was not expecting them to be as big as they became. Now I have like 25 institutions in one in a single series, and I'm struggling to like I have a structure. It's a skeleton structure, so it needs a lot of work before a fully fledged book comes out. But be on the lookout. It's
Okay.
called.
Are you writing in
yeah.
English or in Arabic?
No English.
Okay.
Arabic is too complicated to like write something as big as fantasy.
And what
yeah.
are the what are the rules of your right? Like I read a lot of fantasy, I read a lot of sci-fi, and every
Yeah.
good sci-fi or fantasy, there's rules, right? Like they can't just do
Of course.
anything. There's a
Yeah.
way that the magic works. What are
Yeah,
the
of
rules for your world?
I have a whole book called the Axiomata of Magic,
Okay.
which details the principles and principalities of how magic is governed and what you can do, and the different levels of magic, the different schools. It's so complicated, and there's
Send it to me. I'll read a draft.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. You have my email. You send it to me. I'll read a draft. I'll tell you what I think.
Of course, I will. Be on the lookout.
Okay, I will be on the lookout.
Oh.
Where did you go? Are you sending it to me right now? Oh, send it to me.
My mom tried calling me, sorry.
Oh, isn't she just in the other room still?
No, she just left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
We're getting a cat on my end in just a moment. If you hear any loud thumps, I apologize. So I've been also asking people, what are you doing to like engage your impulses, right? So is there anything that you've just kind of like wanted to do spur of the Jerry, you need to move, please. Thank you. Wanted to do spur of the moment and just done
Sorry,
without.
1 second.
Oh, okay.
Okay, inshallah. Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Sorry.
That was your mom.
Okay, go ahead.
Your mom's still good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Everything's good.
So, how I've been asking people how they're engaging their impulses, right? Like how they're kind of, acting. They have an idea for something that they want to do, and instead of second guessing themselves or, worrying about how it will turn out or saying, "Oh, I don't have time," just do it, right? Here we are in a pandemic, so if you're staying inside, you have the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the question is, how are you, or have you done anything lately to kind of engage your impulses? Anything that you just like had an instinct to do, and instead of second guessing yourself, you just did it?
I did. That was the whole draft. I thought of it and I wrote it down, and now I'm going to start researching it, and I'm going to build it into a political force. It's going to be a mini version of the Green New Deal in America.
That sounds fantastic. It sounds just fantastic.
Ambitious. A little bit ambitious, but
Well, yeah, but somebody's got to work on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Someone has to think of the future if no one else will.
And why not you? Like, you can
shape... exactly. Why not me? I am the new generation.
Yes, you are.
Creative future. I hope so. I hope I live up to my expectations.
I'm
Really
sure
do.
that you will. Well, with that, I'm gonna play the outro music. But
All right.
thank you for joining me on my talk show, Fahad. It was great to
Thank
talk
you
to
for
you,
having
and
me.
nice to talk to your
I love
mom
that.
as well. She seems very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.